So we have to do the recovery and the maintenance. So let's create a scenario, or let's imagine a scenario. For example, you are having a website and your website has been damaged, right? Either it can be a server meltdown, or your database has been corrupted, or of course it can be hacked also, right? So think about any of the way. So if your hosting provider, so tell me, have you understood the hosting? So there are many hosting provider you have. You can get the hosting of your website from the, we can say, from AWS also, from Google Cloud also, because hosting is the major part. So you have to be make sure the company you are getting the hosting from, it should be good, because your whole performance of the website is depend upon that. And there are many websites also which providing you the free hosting. So what do you think, the websites which providing you the free hosting are good or not? So these kinds of questions we are going to cover, and what is in the part of the maintenance. So if we are having a website, so the in the maintenance, how they are calculating the cost, and what parts they are going to cover in the maintenance. And if any of the event which I told you, just like catastrophic event like earthquake, tsunami, or your server meltdown, database corruption, or your website has been hacked. So if any of these event can be occur, so how can you get your website, how can you get the website running again, once again? So for this, because we don't have any recovery plan, so without a recovery plan it wouldn't be possible for it, right? So your website has been hacked, and where's that your website data disaster recovery plan? So there should be a recovery plan for it. So now it's time to recover your data from the natural disaster. So you should, what you should do, you should do the backup of your website after weeks, after even you can say 1 week, 2 weeks, or even month, when you have to do the recovery, when you have to do the take the backup of your website. So these all things we will just do in just a bit. Okay, so we have this outline, that is a disaster recovery plan outline. So if we see that you don't need to the things which you need to include in a disaster recovery plan. So the first point to keep in mind is that you need to plan broadly for the two scenario. Either first scenario is that either your website has been hacked, right? If it is has been hacked, how? Either from the malware infection, or either the hacker intrusion, hacker ne hack ki. The first thing, it can be there, and the second thing, it can be like the malware infection. So these are the two things from which your website can which we have to prepare for the recovery plan of it. So the second scenario that can be happen is the natural disaster. For example, your hosting provider has disappeared in a earthquake, right? And that doesn't not involve a malware infection or a hacker intrusion. So now your hosting company is not existing anymore. So where is your website then? So your plan will be a bit different for each of the scenario. So let's address that, the ones that the easiest to deal with, first with the natural disaster. So for example, we have to see a natural catastrophic disaster has happened, right? So for that, there are many things which you have to do in place to deal with this scenario. So if there is a scenario like this would be happen, then what you need to do, first of all, you need to do the website backups. So for this, for the website backups, there are many software which are providing you the website backup, and the first priority for you is to ensure that you have a clean recent backup of your entire website until up to date. So you need to take a backup, or after 2 days or 1 day, even if your website is getting lot of data, then after 1 day or every day. So according to the requirement also, you have to see when you have to take the backup also, right? So this is all the basis of the recovery plan. So this should be the full site backup, जिसमें आपका full site backup होना चाहिए with your database and the all site files. So it and when you are taking the backup, it should not be stored in the server where your website sits, because where you are hosting your website and you are putting the backup at the same place, would you think that would be a good idea? Yes, tell me. Do you think that would be a good idea for that? Yes, so that would be a no good idea for this. So what you have to do, instead take a backup in your another Google Drive software. You can store it into the Google Drive. You can take the Google Cloud for storing it, or either you can store it into Dropbox. So there are many options. So the first is you have to take the backup. So there are many backup softwares are available which you can use to take the backup of your website or your whole database, everything, all the files. And the second, it's you can store backup on your Google Drive, Dropbox, and even your local system, because if one system is down, so that you can have the backup if any of the disaster can happen, so it will from your hosting website, right? So you at least you should have the backup so that you can make your website run again, right? So I do not leave them on the server. I told you I do not leave my backup on my server. Why? Because the first thing, because the reason for that is, first the reason is that if the server melts down also, we would not be able to get our backup file. So if we will not able to get our backup file, then our website has gone. So the first thing is that's why we should take our backup on a different site. And if the backup files are on the server, and hackers can hack them also, so that is the another point. So for this we have to make sure that they are not should be on the same place. And full backup of our entire site, that should be we have to run on a schedule, and automatically we should do at least once a week. This is the thing which we are doing in the company, that we have to take the full backup of our entire site if we are having the maintenance one, and we have to and we are setting the automatically schedule for it, which they have to run when they have to get the backup. And at least once a week we are doing it, and storing it the data, all of the data in offline mode, right? So if there is any updates to your site, either related to the content also, design also, layout also, so between the scheduled backups, then so of course you have to take the manual backup at that time also. So even if you make no changes to your website, you still need to do the weekly backup. So now you will say, if I'm not making my changes to my websites, then why I need a weekly backup in order? Why I need the weekly backup? Yes, tell me. So if you're not making any much changes to your website, still I am preferring that you should go for the weekly backup. Why? Why we should go for that?
Ma'am, data which is generated by this website may be changing day wise or monthly wise, something like that.
Yes, so the data which they are generating, because there are many plugins also, and the software is updating at the back. As you can see, PHP has also updated its version. So many software has updating its version also. So they are having the latest software. So you should have, even your system also, they require the updates timely. So that goes with the website also, that is going to update timely, right? And they are happening all the time, updates are going to happen all the time, so you need to take the backup weekly for that. And one most important point is that you also need to check your website each and every day to make sure that it's in a good condition. So what does that mean, that a good condition? I'll just explain in another slides. So the second thing, first thing which we have which we were saying about this, that if a natural catastrophic disaster has happened, then what should we do? First thing, there should be the website backups. So the first thing we have discussed, the website backups. And the second thing is, you should have a login credentials for that. So what the login credentials, that you need a complete list of all the username and the password that are associated with the operating your website. Because for example, you are having a banking website or something, so you need a complete list of your customers, they are having username and the password which is associated with your website. So these things includes that your website the admin logins for all the user on the site. And the second thing which we require is the login details for your domain register, that you can set your site up to a new hosting also, and the DNS details will be need to be changed, right? So the second, if you are have to move to the new hosting, so the DNS details have to be changed, so we have to move all our data. and the login details to our hosting provider control panel, which we have a C panel. So for this also, and remember that some hosting providers have a different login details for a billing also. So that's also a good idea. So you have to keep remain of this login credential and your database username and password, the login details for accessing the server. You can access the server via FTP. FTP is your file transfer protocol. You can just access even if your server is at some other place. So you can access it through FTP also or through Telnet also, right? So that you can get your site files. So you can do that also. So that login credentials you have and the login details for all the email accounts on the which you are set the website. So these can be stored anywhere. So you have to take the backup. So you have to take the login credentials of that, right? So these can be stored anywhere. But I would recommend you that if you want to store these kind of information, there is one tool that is called a password manager, right? So there is one software which you can use over this for managing all your login credentials. The reason for recommending this password manager is that because you are using it regularly. So these kind of login credential, when you are using it regularly, so these details it will hold up till to date, right? So of course you can store these login details anywhere. Either you can store it into the Excel sheet, right? However, it will be imperative that you keep the sheet up to date where any of your password can change, right? And remember some of the sites that you can change your password every often, so often, right? So however, when you are storing them, just make sure them all, and just make sure that all of your login credentials are up to date. And because you need them to restore your website, so just make sure your password, you need your login credentials and where you can store it. So, and the first is we have seen that the backup, that is you have to take the backup, right? So if we quickly lay our hands on the latest clean backup of our website and on the all the login details that are associated with our operating website, so we can be able to restore our website within an hour or two. Either we are the currently hosting provider, and if we want to move to the another one. So these are the two things which we have to be measured carefully, right? And which we have to do if your website is under the which I told you that is under natural disaster. So these things you have to do if your website is under natural disaster. But what happens if your website has been hacked and contain malware? Has any of this occurred between in any of your institution or anyone around you that your website has been hacked, or there is some DDoS attack or some attack has been occurred, or your website is having malware? Anyone can share their experience so that we can relate with things. Either just type yes or no. Either anyone has faced the issue of website hacked or contains malware.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it happened on your personal website or college website?
With college website,
Which?
once hacked due to some copied code used from internet in
Okay.
website.
So what kind of attack has occurred in your website? Ransomware or you can say DOS attack? What happened actually at the time at the attack? You were not able to access your website, or they were asking for money. All the files were encrypted.
Site they asking for some money, or they said otherwise we will destroy all your data.
Okay, so and the data has been encrypted, or the website which you were having.
No, ma'am. They destroy our data, but we have already backup of previous data.
Okay, okay. Then you didn't give them money.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so they'll not bother you again. They didn't bother you again then.
What, ma'am?
They didn't bother you again. They didn't call or ask for anything again.
No, ma'am. Just mail from somewhere from UK reaches to our hosting provider mail ID.
Okay. Okay,
They
okay.
send us that particular email in which they demand some dollars.
Okay. And did you know the reason? What was the reason behind that? How your website has been hacked?
We actually thought that that time we use some already available code from internet and used as it is in our website.
Okay. Okay.
After
That
that
might be the reason.
modification, after some days of that modification, our website get hacked.
Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing the information.
Okay.
Yes. Anyone else wants to share their experience? What happened? So in this scenario, what they should do, what how, and the first thing, that is the backup. You should always have a backup for that, right? Yes. Any else? Any other person? Any other participant wants to share something? Okay. So let's come back to this again. So the second scenario is that if our website has been hacked and it contains a malware, so at that moment what should we do? So there are some extra things which we have to do if your website has been hacked. So firstly, what we have to do, I mentioned you earlier also, that you have to check your website each and every day. And here is the why reason, that why you need your website to check each and every day. Because if there would be some attack has occurred or hacking has done on your website, so you need to know at the earliest possible moment if your website has been hacked. It's not like when you are taking a backup after 2 or 3 days, then you got to know, okay, there are the website has been hacked. So uh, the you should need to check your website each and every day. For this one also, for the security purpose, it's very important. So if you don't know the site has been hacked and you back up a hacked version, then to restore the site, you will be restoring a hacked website, right? So that wouldn't be help you, and the hackers will have a little smile to themselves. So be sure to check just your website each and every day, and prepare for the eventuality that your website is hacked. So you do, of course, need to do the same steps that we have referred for the natural disaster that we have run. So in addition to that also, there are some additional things which you need to do. So one, you have discovered first there would be some hack, so first discover that. So for that, once first scans on the computers of everyone who accesses the site to make sure there would be no keyloggers have been installed, right? And doing the first is the important, because if an infected computer is used to carry out the following steps, then your risk reinfecting the site again. So that's why just make sure for this part. And now you can restore your latest clean version of your website. Now you can take the backup and you can restore the website. And as soon as your website is up and running, you can change every password. So make sure you have to change, because you don't know the actual reason for it, right? So make sure that you are doing all the precautions after this also. So as soon as it is up and running, change every password that are associated with the running websites, and all the logins that I listed earlier also in the login credentials. As we have seen that what the things which we require for this, you can see over here in the login credentials. So make sure this thing also. And in addition to these passwords, change the password on your computer also, in which you are using either you are having the admin account also. So the computer of everybody who has a user account on the website, so you have to change the password of that also. And then you have to contact your hosting provider, and you have to explain that your site has been hacked, and you can ask from them whether they are having the service server logs also. So if they're having the server logs, then how the hackers accessed your website. So there you can have an extra steps that are necessary based on the information they give. So you can get the more information, that what is the loophole into your website, you are much closer to one step into, right? So, for example, if the hack was via plugin, that you will at the very least need to update it, but you may need to remove it. So they have taken the privilege of that plugin, because of that plugin they can hack into your website. So these things we can see from the server logs. So make sure you will get the server logs as well. And there is one software, and that is a site check page. So I have provided you the link also, where you can enter your site URL and you can scan your site for malware also. So the first thing I told you, that is the hacker, and the second thing which I told you, that you have to scan the website for the malware also. So the first, if hacker has attacked, we have told you that what you have to do, and the second thing which you have to do is you scan your website, if they're having some malware or not. And there is online platform with the name of this SUCURL, and they have a site check page. So you can just provide your URL, it will scan your website, and it will scan the website for malware. So if the site contains malware, that means you have restored a hacked site. You can either try restoring an earlier backup which you have taken, or contact this software and you can ask them, they will remove the malware also, right? So there are many chances that malware come to your system also, your website also. So just make sure you don't need to install it, just remove the malware from your website. And when the results are displayed, scroll down a bit and check the website blacklist status on the right. So when you see the blacklist status on the right, then you got to know, okay, this is required or this is not, right? So if the site has no malware but still you are blacklisted, then you will need to contact whichever organization has blacklisted and ask for reassessment. So these things you have to do, and you can ask this software, they will take care of this, and they will just make sure that you can come back again to the whitelist of the website. So this is something you can do yourself also if there is no malware on the website. But if there is some malware on the website, then you have to use this, you have to take the help of the professional. So that would be a good for the website. So if you have easy and the quick access to all the information that you need to carry out these steps, then only you will be placed to deal with any disaster on that behalf of your website, right? So in this, first, if you have, there are many software also which you can use for taking the recovery also, right? If you want to take the recovery, otherwise WordPress is having many plugins which will help you that you can take a recovery of your website on the daily basis also when you want to do. So in WordPress there are many plugins for that, but if you are not having a website on the WordPress, then there are many software from which you can go for the, there are many open source software for recovery also and the paid also. But if your website is very important, then I'll suggest you that instead of going for open source, you should go for the paid one. But if you're having a small company and your your website does not require that much importance, or importance I'd say, does not have any data which is important, right? So for this, what we have to do, I told you that we have to make the latest. So for the malware analysis, just make sure these things should be up to date, and we have to take the precautions of everything. So yes, I was talking about the software which you have to use. So there are many software available for this. You can use it. Yes, there is one software with the name Ace Backup. So you can use that, and it's an open source. So it's a paid version, but they will give you the trial one. So if you can see that if it's a trial is good, then you can go for the paid one for your company. So you can go for the Ace Backup. So this is the one software, and there is another WordPress plugin which I am going to tell you, that is a backup creator. So either you can go for the backup creator, or either you can go for the Ace Backup for your backup of your company, of your website, right? So have you, any one of you are using any backup software for this? Yes, tell me. Are anyone of you is using the backup software? Yes, tell me. Okay, okay, no problem. So you can just write their names. So for the future, you can use this software which I told you. So this is the recovery. That's how you can take the recovery and where you should be store the data. So for the how you can take the recovery or backup of your website, where you should store it, and what should be the steps which you have to take for the precaution of your website. Now let's come to the we have taken one case study of the WordPress maintenance over here. So we'll discuss first the maintenance parts of what the maintenance should include. Then we'll come to this case study, that is the WordPress maintenance. Let me come to the another part, and we'll do the practical of this also. Yeah. Yes. So, what do you mean by maintaining a website or maintenance of a website? So, if you are giving your website, if you are having any website and you are providing the one who has made your website, so you need to has develop your website. What do you need? You need that maintain them also. So, what the other things they will do, and actually what happens? What maintain in maintenance? All the things have come under, right? So for this, if we are talking about the WordPress website, so there are many things which we need to take care of. We'll see just in a bit that there are many things which we have to deal with. First, we have to see the design also, we have to see the plugins also, and the themes also. So there are many things. So first of all, we have to maintain a website. So for maintaining it, there are more four things which we have to cover if there is a project of maintaining a website. So the first is the web design. So web design is a very important for maintaining it. So now, because as the time grow, as technology is also changing and the people point of view is also changing, so sometimes they require that the design should be very crisp, right? And this color might be much more look good, and that theme much more look good, and the theme should be very crispy, and it not include much of more of data at the front. For example, in your website, what you are having, if you are displaying something, for example, you are having website, you are selling the e-commerce of everything, you are selling the uh, clothes also, you are selling accessories also, and you are selling the furniture also. So there are many things which you are selling on your website, that is you are having a e-commerce website. So if you are having the e-commerce website, then the what would be the web design. So you daily need to, not daily but timely need to change the design. As you will see that they're going to make the changes on the design also, so that user will not get bored and they will much be so user not get bored with the design, because if you see one thing again and again, so you will get bored. So provide some colors into it, or provide new features into it, new notes into it. So that's the way you can make some changes in the web design, so that your user which they are coming on your website, they don't feel bored, right? So there are many things which you have, and if there are many things, so we should be need to be categorized into. So we are selling the furniture also, we are selling the clothes also, we are selling the accessories also. So there are many things which you are selling. So no need to put everything on the home page, just make it categorize and allow the user to go to the categorize. So there are and you should go with the trend. Say if you are going with the one page website or with the different links website, so how the user, so first you have to see that if their user is coming onto your website, what they like. So you have to be keep updated your website design also. So this is the first part which is it comes under the maintenance, if you have to change. So first we have to make sure the web design should be the good, and it needs to be keep updated, because if you see the one thing again and again, always you will get bored, right? And the second thing which we have, because we can, how we can maintain our website, and how we can provide the security of our website, because there are many security flaws. And there is one organization that is called OWASP Top 10, or OWASP is the name, that is Open Web Application Security Project. So this is one organization which will provide you the top 10 list, that is there are the attacks which are very frequently on the websites, right? So these are the 10 attacks which are frequently occurs on the website. So you need to make sure that your website is free from all these attacks, and you can study why these attacks are occurred. These are kind of attack which are majorly occurring on the website, and what's the reason behind it. So these is organization OWASP Top 10. They are providing you the tools also, how you can check that, and they are providing you the cheat sheets also, how you can secure your website also, and they are providing you the knowledge also, that what attack is and how this is occur. So have everyone know about this security flaw, or these kinds of attack which we have listed in this. So your website needs to be till updated from these security attacks, right? So tell me, which one of you are familiar with this one? Yes, anyone? Yes, participants, have you heard about these attacks? This is the first is the SQL injection attack, second is the broken authentication, and third is the sensitive data exposure, and fourth is the XML external entities, fifth is the broken access control, sixth is the security misconfiguration, and seventh is the cross-site scripting attack, eighth is the insecure deserialization attack, ninth is using components with known vulnerabilities, and 10th is the insufficient logging and monitoring. Okay, no problem. So no one has heard about it, but these are the attack. And if you are making into the development of the website and for the maintenance of the website, so in the maintenance we have to make sure that your website should be secure, right? So if I am providing you the services, I should be make sure ना कि कोई attack नहीं होना चाहिए आपके website के ऊपर. So if I have to be make sure, I'll use the firewall also, right? And if I have to use IPS, intrusion prevention system also. And because for the website, the major part is that you need to be free from all these top 10 security attacks. This is a 2000 list, and after 3 years they made a new list. So the new will come, and now the cross-site scripting is on the number second. So first is the SQL injection attack. So I'll tell you what is the SQL injection attack basically is. So if we are running a database, that we are having a database, and we are connected with the database through the SQL query, right? We are writing, as you are doing the PHP and you have connected it to the SQL. Yes, you are connected your database, right? You have connected the database, and you are using the MySQL for it. Am I right or wrong? Are you all are using MySQL for connectivity? You are using MySQL database, right? Yes. So you all are using MySQL database. So for MySQL for connectivity, you are using SQL queries, right? you are using SQL queries to connect to your database and to interact with your database server. So if you're connecting with your database server, then there is one flow that there are might be a chances that your SQL injection this can be happen. This is a kind of attack only with the help of the SQL query, in which what will happen, then when the user is writing a SQL query that is not a proper one, and if we and when the time of the authentication, we are having the username and the password for the login credential, and when the user wants to fill the credentials, right? So when the credentials are fine authenticated, then only you can go to the database, then only you can website check the admin part. But what if I don't know the login credentials and I want to attack? I want to just enter your admin panel. So at that moment, I'll apply some tricks, right? There are some tricks from to which we are apply on the cyber security, that is for the web security. I'll not show you right now, but there are many lectures which I have covered on this web security also in the NEETer. So you can go for that how the SQL injection can occur. So when they have covered, when we apply the tricks, so we can pass the authentication without knowing the username and the password. And this is just the flow in the SQL query which you are using it. So with the help of the flow in the development, when you are developing the application, web application, so when I found some flow in your code, then I can just bypass through it and I can just go to your database. And when I can access the database, I can get all the login credentials, right, which I showed you that. And this attack is called a SQL injection attack, that I inject some code through your authentication panel, and it will inject to your script, it will inject into your code, and what will happen, I can bypass that system. So that is called SQL injection attack. Same is the cross-site scripting attack also. So in the cross-site scripting, what actually has happened, and tomorrow I guess on Friday this topic will be covered, so don't worry about that. So there is a cross-site scripting attack also, that there is would be a some pop-up if you visit your website, and there would be a pop-up occurs which will say flow, or which will say hacked. It would do nothing, but when you update it, when you refresh it, it will just log off, it will just create a pop-up, and that the message should be written hacked. So these kind of attack, these are the security flaws which I have need to be updated. So make sure you need to be updated from all these security flaws also. This also come under the maintenance part. So when I'm saying I'm providing you the maintenance, I'm giving you the web design services also, I'm giving you the security services also. And the another is the SEO. This is a search engine optimization. So what is SEO? Everyone I guess know about this SEO. Why we require this? Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, SEO is search engine optimization with
Ma'am,
some
SEO is search engine
with some keywords we can do SEO for our site.
Yes,
For
we.
suppose there is a hotel website in Pune, then we can do SEO with some keyword based hotel in Pune, top hotel in Pune, just like we done SEO for our website.
Yes, that is also that answer come from Ninu Janeja, that it's the which is the practice of increasing of quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine result. Yes. So for optimizing it, we have to. This is basically because Google is a search engine and it has all the ranking of the website. So it has all the indexing of the website. So to improve our indexing of the website on the Google, that it should come at the top, right, and among the top, so we can do these activity, and this is called a search engine optimization. So there are many things which we have to do in the search engine optimization also. We have to see the keywords, we have to see the description which is in the meta tag, and we have to see the backlinks also, and your website should be keep up to date. So there are many things. If you want to maintain your website, and if you want to that your website should be up to date and it should be the among the top 10 ranking, then you have to keep updating your website. You have to keep updating your data also, content also. You have to keep updating your comments and which you post which you are having on the website, and the website design should also be good. So there are many things which you required for the SEO also. Backlinks you need to generate, on-site SEO, off-site SEO. So there are many things which need to be done in the search engine optimization, right? So the last thing is the performance. So I want the performance of my website is good, because if someone is coming into my website and there are many pictures on my website, for example I'm having an e-commerce website, so if it takes a large amount of time to load it, then there is no the user which is coming on my website, it will get irritated and they will say I don't want to buy from this website because this take very large amount of time. Instead because wasting of my time into this website, I can go to the another one. So performance is really matter. So make sure you can just use the load balancers also, and if you are having an e-commerce website, you can just decrease the size of the image also. And there are many things which you need to be done to increase the performance. Or make sure if you are having a website in AWS, so you can have the load balancer also, because at the time if many users are coming into it, so just make sure because it will not break down, you should have the load balancer. So in AWS they are providing you the facility of load balancer also. They will give you the notification also that your website is getting much more traffic, so you need to update this one. So you need to check your hardware also, you need to check your operating system report also, you have to check what is the issue and you have to analyze that issue, you have to sort it. So all these things come under the performance. So you make sure that your website performance is also good, otherwise people will not like it. So we'll check the performance also in the part of the maintenance. So these things we are going to cover in the maintenance part. So for maintaining a website, we have the web design that we have to look over it, and for this we have the maintenance, that how we can find the security flows. There are many security flows, we have to keep updated about it, we should know about it, and how to secure from that, right? How to get the security from that, so we can get value of that, right, also. And this is search engine optimization. We need to keep updated our website so that it can get among the top 10 ranking. So the index should be the good, and the performance. So the performance of the website. So we have to see the performance of the website is also should be the good, right? So these are the things which we need to do in the maintenance. So let's do one case study in which we are going to maintain our website, maintenance of the website in the WordPress. Have any one of you have a website on the WordPress or made the website from the WordPress? Let's see the WordPress maintenance over here. Yes, tell me. So now there might be a question that if we are having a website on the WordPress, that is WordPress is a CMS, that is content management system, still you require a maintenance or not? So is it necessary to do the maintenance, and what other things you have to do? And tell me just first, have you everyone is having idea about the WordPress? Okay. Yes, it is a CMS. So we'll see why we require this WordPress maintenance, right? So why it is important, and if you are having a website that is a WordPress website, then you need to, what are the things you need to take care of it, and we will be we will see that there are many things which we need to do for this, for keeping our website maintenance. So why I should maintain my website if you are having on the WordPress, right? So because they're on the WordPress websites, they are having plugins, and these plugins need to be updated, right? Because WordPress websites are built using these plugins, and the way you are seeing your website, these are awesome website in the graphic mode, which you can see, because like most other websites, someone else can ruin them also. So when the hacker also, the same thing which we have talked about this, that these websites can also be hacked. So you don't want that your website can also can get hacked. So for this you have to be take the backup of your website, or you don't want to that your data should be get steal by your client information also get steal from your website. So this is a huge deal for it, right? So this is extremely important, that if you're having a client sign up on your site and you are selling things on your website, and you are collecting any kind of customer data, so you need to ensure that you are legally protecting yourself and your customers, and you need to make sure that your website is staying up to date, right? So for this we can say over there that we have just a idea that we have to maintain the WordPress website. So you can go for every week, that you can maintain your website every week also, every month also, every quarter also, and every year also. So if you're doing every week, just log into your website on the backend and update your plugins and themes and the codes. So your WordPress dashboard will let you know that if there would be any updates. I'll show you in practical also that how the WordPress dashboard will look like, and from where you can get the update plugins also, and if there would be any updates that you need to be updated, that should be done. So that would be highlighted. So the another thing which you need to be doing is, especially if you are doing updates to your plugins which you have already established as something you are doing, right? So is backing everything up at least weekly. At least I told you twice a week we should do, and this we do for the clients as well. So I am using the plugin for this. There is another plugin which I told you, Updraft Plus. So there is one plugin with the name of Updraft Plus that will recommend that you have to take 2 weekly backups, that will be stored automatically in your Google Drive folder, and it will take the backup. So that way, if you update a plugin also, it doesn't work well, or you are making a mistake on your website, because things on your website to go a little crazy. So you can just re-upload the backup to your site and you can start from there, right? So if I do the daily backup for my clients, right, I'm a firm believer that they can never have too many backup. But if one system fails, you can never have the another system ready to work. So the another thing, you are going to want to have your site as your security plugins, because I told you security is the major part, that your this website needs to be secure from all the attacks. I have shown you the OWASP attack. So for this we have the plugin iTheme Security. So in WordPress we have talking about the iTheme Security, that is the plugin for the security. And for the backup you are having the backup plan also, and the Updraft Plus. So there are many things, many plugins which we have, which we are using for our clients. So there are many things which we have to do, and the another thing which I told you, that you have to run daily checks on the website, which I have showed you, SUCURI, that is if there is malware or spyware on your website. So you can check that thing also. And then other things which you have to make sure that there should be no broken links. So you need to be check the broken links also. Now what exactly the broken link is? Broken link is that you have given the link into your content section, but that is not working. For example, you want to give the google.com, but you misspelled it and you put 3o instead of 2o. So it will not work, right? So that is the kind of a broken link, because that is not a working. So you need to make sure there is nothing like that into your website. And even the Google also, when he wants to index your website, he check all the things of this. He check the security also, broken link also, content also, design also. So that's how they are going to check many things, and on the basis of that they will provide you the ranking. So you have to monitor your uptime also. You have to check throughout the week to make sure that your hosting platform is doing what is supposed to do. Because recently what we have done, we have the website, my client is having the website on WordPress, and their email was not working on that because their email is attached to it and they have used the email from this, so their email was not working. So they told me that can you check for it because there are some important mails that are coming. But then I checked it and there was a technical issue from the backend also, from the server. That's why they are not running. So these kind of thing that you need to be make sure. Otherwise, that can be from my side also. That's why you need a backup for this. That website is not working, and you need to be make sure that all the things you have to do, right? And if you're doing every month, if you're not doing any on the weekly basis, and there is another tool which you can go for it, that is the analytics tools, Google Analytics, and make sure it's just still collecting your data, check your rates, see what's happening. You can look for the ways to optimize. So everything you can do in the Google Analytics tool. And every month, if you want to check there is one tool that is called GT Matrix. So you should go for this tool, GT Matrix, for every month, or Page Speed Insights with the Google, to check that how your website loads, right? How fast your website load. If you're having the e-commerce, I don't want my user will or customer will face any issue to load the website. So for checking it, you need to do it monthly. So there is free online checker that is called GT Matrix. So you can go with that. You want to, it would be under 5 seconds in general. It will give you the value that 3 to 5 seconds your how much time it is taking. It should be 3 to 5 seconds, right? And not more than that. And there is for another tool which we can use is the HOT, that is the keyword ranking checker. So that comes under your digital marketing, so we'll not cover that, but it will show you that how you are performing for your keywords, that how you are showing up, if you are showing everything to and you can use the better keyword and the content decision. That's the tool name is the HOT. So we'll not do that now. Let's come to its part, that WordPress maintenance. All the website, the WordPress websites need maintenance for this, right? So for this, we are seeing that we have to upgrade our WordPress software also. We have to upgrade our WordPress plugins also, our files also, database also, and the security also. So these need to be keep updating for these. So what you have to do, first thing, you have to pay to the someone, right? Either if you want to the maintenance of your website, either you can pay this thing to someone or you can do it by yourself only. So if you have the time and if you see the things are easy, then you can do it by yourself also. And if you don't have the time because you are, your business is not for the website, you are doing something else and you just need your, you can do your business, and the website who has developed your website, they can also maintain your website. This will just take hardly 1 to two is the maximum, I guess. Two is much more, but hardly take 1 hour to do these things, right? So for the maintenance, let's see, we can show you how to perform a routine WordPress maintenance, which you can do in the minutes also. You just have to click a few buttons and you can save many dollars into it, right? And even would be nothing like that you have to understand the code and you have to do things with the code. There is nothing like that in the WordPress. So the first thing, these are the many things which we have to do to maintain our website. So the first is we have to make a full backup, all the files with the database, everything. So the next thing is we have to update our WordPress also, update our plugins and delete unused plugins also, update themes and delete unused themes also, fix broken links, delete spam comments, delete old post revisions and trash post, and optimize your database. All these things we will going to do within just a while, right? So let's start with the first thing, that is the dashboard. First we have to take a full backup, right? So in the tools you can see there are many. This is my dashboard of my WordPress website, And at the top of it, you can see over here WordPress 4.7.2 is available, and it is telling you that please update now, right? So it is telling you if you have to please update, then you can go for the updation because we require the updation for it. And you can see over here there are some activities that has been done, and the comments are some there. So 3 comments are there, so you have to look over these things what you need to do. So, and there is one more thing, that is a broken line checker, as you can see at the bottom. So there are many tools and plugins which I have installed into this WordPress. So they will update me about the broken link also, and I can update it. I can see what is the broken link, and I can just fix it within the seconds, right? And there are some comments also which I need to be deleted, because if there these comments are to be my on the website, then you need to be remove this content. Like, you don't need these contents take your go into your database, and your database will just get filled with all these contents, so we don't require over that. So we don't need this. So first of all, what you need to do, you have to create the backup of your website, right? So for creating the backup of your website, you have to go to the tools, and there is one tool that is with the name of the backup creator. So as you can see over here at the R, there you can see backup creator. There is ultimate settings for it, and you can just click on the backup now. You can see, and the automatic backup. So when you click the automatic backup, then it will create the automatic backup for after the time which you have given it, that you have to do after these attempt, or after 15 hours or 20 hours, just like that, right? So, and when he has taken the backup, they have to schedule the next meeting also, and it will schedule the next meeting at this time also, and where they have to import your data. So you can provide that you can take your data into the email also, in the cloud backup also, okay? So these things you can do with the help of the backup creator. So first we are doing this email, and when we click on the backup now, then you can see this is the screen. They are doing the backup, and database file has been created. They are creating a zip file also, and they are saving, because we there are many options for you. You can save it in the Google Drive also, and you can store it in the AWS, Google Cloud, so and Dropbox also. So there are many things on which you can store your data, right? So this is the one way to which you can just store your data. So when you have keep updating, that is the backup creator. With the help of backup creator, we are just doing it. We are taking the backup, and they are saving backup into Amazon S3 bucket, right? Because it is linked with the Amazon, because we don't want that the backup and my file should be run on the same host, right? So that's why we have taken it. Now you can see this backup complete. You can see the message that we have completed the backup. So either you want to manually restore it, there is an alternative, and point and click restore. So if you want to restore it, you can just restore the also. So for this, just we have completed it. We have taken the backup over here with the help of this backup creator. Now let's update it, because first thing which you have to do is you have to take the backup, and the second thing which you have to do is to update your dashboard. So update your dashboard, you need to first update your WordPress. So they have given the message over here also. The WordPress 4.7.2 is available, please update. Okay, tell me one thing. There are so many backups, there are so many versions are available, and they launch their versions after 20 days. A new version is launched, new plugin is launched. So why they are keep on updating the new version, and that is so frequently? Why they are keeping their version updated, and they are giving you the more option that these new version is available? Why they are making so much new versions day by day? Yes, tell me. Any participants? Okay, so because when the version, they need something which is good, or they want to add some functionality, or they have find some bug and they need they find a solution for remove it, so they have put the solution of the bug in the latest version. That's why they require that you need to be keep updating with the latest version over here. So that's the reason why you need to be keep updated for the latest version, right? So you need to update it. Just click on please update now, or either you can go to the home and here you can see the updates. So you can see the WordPress update. You have the latest version of the WordPress, so you don't need to do it. So the next thing which you need to keep the update is the plugins. So you need to, there are many plugins available and the new versions are available. Just click on update plugins, as you can see over here at the after the plugins. So you need to update the plugin also. First we have updated the WordPress, now we have updated the plugins also, right? So the following plugins have new versions available, as you can see over here. They are saying compatibility with this version, this WordPress version. So select all and click on the update plugins, then your all plugins will be updated, right? And the next is the theme. You have to update the theme also, because the themes which you are using, the following themes have a new version available. So the make sure you have to update the themes also. So just select all and just click on the update themes as well, right? So we have seen the update themes as well. We have updated the WordPress also, themes also, and we have updated the plugins also. So just make sure these things are updated. And the next is you have to be get rid of the comments that are extra comments. So you don't need that extra comment into your website, right? So when you don't need that, just go to your comment section, and in this you can see over here. So these comments that sounds good to be true and just walk up, I am rich. So I don't need these comments. I don't want to show, and they are just doing making space in my database. So I don't want that the my database should get filled only because of this. So I need to save my space also, and these are of no use. So just go to that message, just click on delete option, or either you want to delete, then you can just go to the bulk option. If you want to delete that, just go to the bulk actions and click in, and at the top you can see a trash button. So when you click on the trash button, that it will ask you the message, are you sure you want to delete it? So yes, say I want to delete it, and your data is deleted, your comment is deleted, which is unnecessary, which you don't want. So make sure your comments you should have to delete. And the another thing is the plugins also. The plugin you have updated, but those plugins which you don't require and they are in your website is by default, and either they are of no use much more, you are not using it, then also you have to delete it. Please don't save unnecessary data into your web server, right? Because they will occupy more space, and your space will get your the space which you are having, it will get filled, and the performance should be the decrease, the performance of the your website will be decreased for it, right? So I don't want this. So for this, what you need to do, just click on the login which you want to delete, which is unnecessary, and there is delete button over here. And when you just hit on the delete button, it will ask you, it will prompt you that are you sure you want to delete this plugin and its data. So just say okay, then the plugin would be deleted, right? So same goes with, if you have deleted the plugin also, now you have to delete the themes also. So see, there are so many work which is you have to do in the WordPress. So for this, what you need to do, you need to update it. and you need to remove it. So there are many themes in my WordPress and I'm using just the one. So no need to keep up to date into it, no need to have the other versions or the other themes available into my into my server. So what I'll do, I'll just delete them. So just go into that theme, and at the bottom you can just see the delete button. So you can just click on the delete button and it will again prompt you, are you sure you want to delete the theme? Say yes, okay, I want to delete. And the next is, we have to find out the broken links also, which I told you, because that decrease your website ranking. So there should be no broken links over there, and it will misguide the user also. So just go to the tools, and for this also there is a new plugin if you want to find out the broken links. So just go to that tool. This is the name with the broken link itself, and when you click on the tool, it will find the broken tool into your website and it will show you like this. You can see this on the website, the broken links, how it is showing you. Right, so you can see this on the screen. So right here, for example, which I gave you the example, there would be a google.com, but there would be misspelled, that is a goofler.com. So you need to edit the URL. Just click on edit URL. Instead of going into your code and going into the content, you can just check this broken link and make it correct from here only with the help of the tools. So just click on the edit URL, and this window will prompt out, and you can change the text which you want, you can change the URL you want, and just click on the update button. So when you click on the update button, now you have to just click on the recheck. Now it will check whether it's okay or not. So you can see when the message comes 200 okay, that it's fine, now it's no longer broken, so that your website is working fine. So this comes under your maintenance part. Right, now if you want to see your website also, just click on this view button, and you can see over here my WordPress website, and here at the bottom http google.com. So here it was the broken link, but now we have corrected it with the help of the tool. So this again comes under your this maintenance part. And there is another tool in the settings which we are using for it, that is a better delete revision manager. So this is a feature which is introduced in WordPress 2.6. Whenever you or your WordPress saves a post or a page, a revision should be done automatically and stored in your WordPress database, and each additional revision will slowly increase the size of your database, right? So if you save a post on a page multiple times, your number of revision will greatly increase over time. So for example, if you are having the 100 posts and each post has 10 revisions, so you could be storing up to 1000 copies of older data. So the better deletion, these delete revision plugin is choice number one, which you can quickly and easily remove these revisions from your WordPress database. So you can try it. So that's why we are using it, and we can optimize our database also. What does it mean by optimize our database? That any unnecessary data which we don't require or repetition of the data, it can delete it. So for this, what you have to do, just click on the optimize button and it will show you there are many redundant files and you can just remove it. So just click on this button and you are ready to go. And you can see over here there are many files. These are many revisions that are stored in our database and we don't require them. Right, so we need to delete them. So at the bottom, what you have to do, we just need to click on the delete button, and you can see there are 103 redundant post revisions have been removed. So there was so much data, unnecessary data, that was stored on the website. So now that is removed, right? And even the status, then again you have click on the optimize database, and now you can see this check the is okay. So if all the statuses are okay, then your database does not need any optimization. So if any are red, then you can click on the button to optimize your WordPress database, otherwise no need. Otherwise you can just click on optimize WordPress database, right? So optimization of database is completed. Now there is no more redundant files over here. So the post revision have a feature which they have removed automatically that are stored in a WordPress database. So that's a good tool which we are using for it. So you can go for this one also, right? So these we have covered the case study how you can do it in the WordPress, the maintenance, how the normal maintenance, what are the things which is included in the maintenance of a website, and if you are having a WordPress website, what the other things you need to be make sure, right? So let's give you the example. Not this one. Yes. So this is the portal of the WordPress website. So tell me what are the things you are seeing on the website. This is the admin plugin. This is the admin part of the WordPress which I have just showed you. So the same steps which we have seen, that first we need to take the backup, right? So first of all you need to take the backup, and the second you need to WordPress another version is available. So this is the live because this is my client's portal. This is a civilify.com website. So they are telling it that WordPress this is available, so please update now, because they don't give me the maintenance. So that's why you can see these more things in this. So we can just click on the update now, and there are many plugins over here. You can see they are also want the new version of it, right? So when we just click on all the plugins, bulk action, as we are taking it the bulk action, and just click on apply. Right, or we can just click on the update now. So see, your website, this plugin is going to be updated. Yeah, so this is updated, and WordPress 5.72 is available. You can go for that updated. See this, there are many things which needs to be updation, all in one SEO pack. So for providing the SEO, we have installed one plugin that is all in one SEO, and we can update it over here. So it will require, which I told you, that if you're so you should, if you are doing it from monthly. So now this is also updated. So let's update in all-in-one WP migration. This tool we are going to use, this is a migration tool, because if I want to import or export any content of this my website, then I can do that within just a click. And extra widgets is also there. Then so there are so many things which needs to be updated, and there is the WordPress also. Let's see the comment part also. So in this we can see there are so many comments. There are 44 comments over here, and see the message. They are saying far away, behind, I don't know what they are saying, far from the country. So basically these are the fake messages, or these are the scam. So you can see from their name also, from their message also, right? So I don't need these. I don't need this into my website, because these all are fake. So when you don't want it, just delete it. And you can see the author also, right? So just we are going to delete it, and just click on trash. So there are no comments in the trash. Okay, so let's just click on this author. approve, and apply. Okay, so we can just trash. Just click on this, and here is the trash. Again, trash. So like this, you can do it in the trash. So there are many things which comes under this maintenance and which you need to be updated, right? So just click on the trash button because we don't require these. So we are just removing this one. As you can see this WordPress over here. So the plugins, there are 9 plugins which need to be updated and the WordPress needs to be updated. So these are the things which I told you which you have to do, and the tools, just make sure. See, this is unnecessary data. I don't want this one, and these are the backlinks which they have generated. See this. Oh god. So done. Now we have done with the comments also, right? So now we are having in the trash 44. Delete your trash also permanently. Delete permanently. Go for this and apply. Oh, I have to select all and delete permanently. Then apply. These are the trash. Delete permanently. It is not working. So we have to give one by one. Delete permanently. And make sure you are going to delete permanently from it. So here is the WordPress portal where we are providing the maintenance. So you can see the practical part also, how we have provided and what are the things which needs to be done. So any doubt till here? Because we are about to end the session. So any doubt which you want to discuss? Yes, so we have deleted permanently. So now there are some plugins. So we have to we have to update the plugin also. We have to update the WordPress. So this will take 1 or more hours. So I'll do it, but I hope you could understand that how we can provide and what are the things which we have to do in this, right? In the maintenance and the recovery part. So we are going to wind up the session. So I'll just So tell me, have any doubt? Yes, participants, any doubt? Or any question you want to ask or anything related to the security also, related to websites also, maintenance, anything which you want to ask?